Behemoth, Beelzebub, Asmodeus, Satanas, Lucifer.
Ooh, you suck.
How's that? Did you enjoy that? I hope you did. All right, folks, you hear it here first. The Morden Mayhem. Mitch McConnell stepping. Okay, well, maybe you didn't hear it here first because it's been a couple days now. But look, wow, Mitch McConnell stepping down. Who would have ever thought this old geezer would go anywhere? Look, there's probably people out there that support him. You're probably from his state, which is, let's see, McConnell is Kentucky. I'm sure you love him, and he's probably served his nation well, his state well, and everything. Not a super huge fan myself, and feeling kind of like he's pointless to be there at this point. I'm sure he can get votes and everything like that, but let's look at it. This guy's 82 years old. Okay, he just turned 82. He announced that he's going to be stepping down from his leadership role in November. So we still have several months of him being in this role before he leaves. So he wants to stay there until there's new leadership and all this and that. I didn't hear him say, and maybe I overlooked it, that he's stepping down completely, but I heard him say he's stepping down from his leadership role, which that's great, but this dude needs to go. Look, the news broke Wednesday that 82-year-old senator is stepping down from his role in November, making way for the next generation, which to me, the next generation from him is like 60-plus-year-olds, right? So we need that next generation like the Matt Gaetz, like the Vivek Ramaswamys, if he was ever to go for Congress. But that's the generation that needs to be in there doing it. People that are still in touch with, modern everyday men and women, people that are still buying groceries at the store and, haven't been in Congress for years. We'll get into that in a little bit. 39, I think. Let's see. Look, the median age of Congress. And I joke about the 60s, but look, the median age in Congress, this was numbers I pulled last year, so I just added one to it because it was last year, right? So the median age in Congress is 58.9 years old. 58.9 years old. The average age of retirement in the real world in the United States is 61. So understand the average age is 61, the median meaning the middle age there, right? Not necessarily the average or whatnot. What that means is that there are just as many people over the age of 58 that there are under the age of 58 in Congress. That should be very, very alarming. These people are almost at or approaching that normal retirement age and then saying, nah, I'm gonna stick around for another 10, 15, 20 years. What could go wrong? Well, a lot. You guys see who's allegedly running the country right now. But there's no way these people are in touch with regular folks like you and me. McConnell was elected back in 1985. 1985. He's been in Congress for 39 years. First of all, I don't think that was the idea when all this was created. I'm going to come back to me. I'm tired of looking at him. I don't think that was the idea when they created the House and the Senate and all that, right? It wasn't supposed to be a full-time, get rich and stay there forever kind of position. It was, hey, we're going to pay you money so you can come do this and step away from your other job. And maybe we're going to pay you enough so it's harder to bribe you. And maybe it'll influence you to stay legit. Well, we've seen that's not the case anymore, right? He's been there for 39 years. He was born in 1942. This man was born before Alaska and Hawaii became states. He's old. And look, I got nothing against old people. Some old people have it together. Some people don't. You look at the presidential nominees right now. I say nominees. I mean, you got Biden, who's old, ancient, probably as bad off, if not worse than McConnell right here. And then you got Trump, who's only a few years younger than Biden, but he seems like he's a decade younger. The guy's significantly more spry, more mobile, getting around. Dude's dancing on stage. He's playing golf. He's more active. He's more cognitively there, even though the left would have you believe otherwise. And I won't share the clips, but I'll tell you who to go check out. Mark Dice. Mark Dice does a really, really great job of breaking down all those lies about them trying to go after his Trump's cognitive decline now because Biden's is so apparent. Instead of calling him out or instead of facing the truth, they're going to do what they always do and point at the other party or the other candidate or whatever. So you go check out Mark Dice. I promise you won't be disappointed. That dude's something else. But look, he's been in Congress for 39 years. Part of me is upset that he stayed this long on his own terms, right? Then another part of me is upset that the voters keep electing him. Come on, Kentucky, what are we doing? But then again, here's the other thing, and I get it. Maybe there hasn't been anybody good running against him. A better alternative, right? Like I remember we had, what was it? Raphael Warnock. I think it was Raphael. Yeah. Raphael Warnock in Georgia was going against Herschel Walker. Look, I like Herschel Walker to a degree. I wasn't super excited to vote for him. I did, but I wasn't super excited to vote for him. Definitely wasn't going to vote for Raphael Warnock, but the alternatives are not great there. And of course that was a Republican and a Democrat, but in this case, we're the Republicans. It's Kentucky, for God's sake. I mean, there's got to be some other conservative Republican out there that can win an election over McConnell. If not, maybe you're that person. Maybe if you're from Kentucky, you go up there and run and you're going to get the seat. I'm just saying. So look, I'm in favor of term limits. Okay. Glad at 82, he's finally stepping down on his own, but several people, Rand Paul's one that I absolutely love. And I've said it before, and I'll say it again 1,000 times, and you're going to get tired of hearing. I love Rand Paul. Love Rand Paul. Ron Paul, his father, awesome. Okay. I love the Pauls. They are in favor of term limits. So am I, and I know others are too. But when reached out to Mitch McConnell, this is all he had to say. Okay, that might have been insensitive. I don't care. Look, it's time for him to go. Old man having a seizure, stroke, or paralysis, or whatever's going on. At that point, it's time to go. Dianne Feinstein, time to go. Him, time to go. In fact, I got somebody else who I want to put on the chopping block right now. Look, here's a suggestion.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome United States Senator Lindsey Graham.
Yeah, I didn't add the booze. I mean, that was straight up. And he just came out at, was it South Carolina? I think the rally after Trump won, and he spoke, and he was getting booed there too. It may not have been South Carolina. Don't fact check me on that. I just remember seeing it, but he was getting booed there too. So not a very loved guy. And yeah, I'm okay with that, because you know what? That's my recommendation. Let's go after him. You're next. Mother.
Hey guys, thanks for checking out this clip from the Morning Mayhem. Remember, this is just a portion of the full show that comes out every Friday morning at 10 a.m. Eastern Time. If you hadn't already, don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss out on any of the full shows or these tasty little nuggets.